So you're playing Genshin, you're doing some 10 pulls on the current banner, and while you don't get a 5-star, you do get 4-star Yao Yao. Now what do you get with Yao Yao besides one of my most used characters in my Bountiful Core team? Well, Yao Yao is a polearm wielding Dendro user whose burst can actually heal your entire team. And in this video, we're going to look at the basics of Yao Yao. Now this video is not going to have a sponsor, but I'm going to be doing a 24-hour live stream starting on January 4th. I don't even remember when my own live stream is going to be. Starting January 4th, that's a Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, going until 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So stop by on any of the platforms that I stream on. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So first we're going to look at Yao Yao's normal attacks. Now her normal attacks are going to be pretty normal. She's going to do physical damage with her polearm. Her basic attacks they do have a cool animation. And then her charge attack is the corkscrew spiral variant of the charge attack. Now her skill is going to have a tap and a hold. If you just tap it, she's going to throw Yugui out right in front of her. Yugui is her little stuffed bunny. Now when Yugui is on the field, Yugui is going to throw these white radishes at an enemy, dealing AoE Dendro damage or possibly healing you if you are below a certain amount of HP. The hold version of this is simply just going to let you aim Yugui and throw her a little bit further, but it doesn't change how it works. Yugui does stay on the field if you swap to another character, and it will also heal that character if they take the field with too little HP. And Yao Yao's healing is actually based off of her max HP. Now, if there are no enemies around whenever you have Yugui out, then Yugui will just kind of turn in a circle and throw those white radishes out into the overworld, and then if you pick them up, then you will gain health as well. Now, you might have seen every now and then a bigger radish come out and hit an enemy. That's going to be one of her constellations, and we're going to look at those a little bit later on. Now, this does work with one of her passives, where when white jade radishes explode, active characters within their AoE will get a little bit of healing based on Yao Yao's max HP. So again, even if you swap to another character, if they're within the radius near the enemy of the white jade hitting it, then you're going to get a little bit of health too. That's what these tiny little numbers of health that you're seeing on Yao Yao occasionally, that's what those are. Now for her burst. If we use her burst, then it is going to summon a bunch of Yuguis, I think up to 4, with her skill being a possible 5th one if the seal's on cooldown. Now these 4 Yuguis are going to act very similar to the regular Yugui, where they're going to target enemies, or they're going to heal you based on her max HP, or they're just going to throw the jade radishes out in the open. Now for this, Yao Yao has to stay on the field. If you swap her off during her burst, it cancels the burst, so remember that. Now this works with her other passive, where it says while being affected by the conditions of her burst, Yao Yao will constantly throw white jade radishes at nearby opponents when she is sprinting, jumping, or running. Now if you are running or you are sprinting, it is going to be using stamina, but if you're jumping, it doesn't. So always try to do the jumps, so that way you're saving your stamina. And what this is going to do is that it's going to allow Yao Yao to throw her own white jade radishes at the enemies. So you're going to see an instance where she's not like jumping, sprinting, or running, where she's just kind of standing there walking around and she's not going to throw the white jades. But then I'm going to go back and do it where she is, and you're going to see just how much more Dendro is going around doing this instance. Now what this also does is that it also heals your entire party, whether they're on the field or not. So that's another really, really good thing with Yao Yao, especially if you're running her like a Bountiful Core team, which I am, because Bountiful Cores do self-damage. So before we get into artifacts and weapons, let's look at constellations. C1, when white jade radishes explode, active characters within their AoE will gain a 15% Dendro damage bonus for 8 seconds and have some stamina restored to them. So this can be good for getting up a little bit of Dendro damage on some other Dendro character in your team. Number 2, while affected by her burst, if a white jade radish explosion hits opponents, 3 energy will go back to Yao Yao. I believe that this works off the field because it doesn't say to your active character. It says specifically to Yao Yao. Number 3 is going to be a normal one, where it's going to level up Yugui. Number 4, after using her skill or her burst, her elemental mastery will be increased based on her max HP for 8 seconds. The maximum elemental mastery that can be gotten this way is 120. Number 5 is going to increase the level of her burst. So number 6 is going to be where that bigger radish comes from. Every so often, I believe it's every 2 that Yugui throws out, you'll get a mega radish, which is going to do a little bit more damage, and it's going to heal a little bit more as well. This is only going to heal your active character, not the whole team though. And you can have up to 2 mega radishes per Yugui on-field instance. Now for artifacts, I really like using 4-piece instructor set. Yes, even at almost AR60, I am using instructor set on Yao Yao. And even in the recent live streams with Makanu, which you should go check him out if you haven't, I have been telling him to lock his 4-star instructor set because they are so good. And as somebody that is almost to AR60, I've had to refarm this set because I never locked them to begin with. So keep that in mind. This is a really good set. It's going to get up elemental mastery on your character, but also causing an elemental reaction will increase the team's elemental mastery, which is phenomenal for Yao Yao. You can do it with Kirara, you can do it with Candace, you can do it with a lot of different characters. This can be really, really good on. And I can get over 1000 EM with this 4-star artifact set. I am running EM across the board, but you can also do HP to have a little bit of a healer Yao Yao. Now you do want to make sure that at least one of them is going to be a 5-star so that we can get a little bit more EM. And I don't have an EM circlet right now. I will easily be able to break 1000 EM on Yao Yao with 4-star artifacts. And in a team like Bountiful Core, where you want as much EM as you can possibly get, it is very, very good to not only help buff her own EM, but also help buff like my on-field Hydro Driver Coco's EM, whereas the most of my Bountiful Core damage is going to come from the blooms that Coco makes. Now, if you're wanting to go like full healer Yao Yao, then you can do like 2-piece tenacity, 2-piece VG to just get her HP up as much as you can. She can also be a Deep Woods user if you don't have another one on your team as well. Now for weapons, I am running a level 90 Dragon's Bane on Yao Yao, which is a phenomenal weapon, and it looks great on her too. It really matches the leeway aesthetics. The passive she can use because the enemies will be affected with Hydra. We're not super worried about that. It's mainly the amount of elemental mastery. Now another weapon that you can do is going to be the Kitaian Crossbear, which is the craftable weapon from Inazuma. This is going to get up her elemental mastery a little bit less, but it's also going to give her a little bit more energy. So if you're finding out that you need more healing in a team, then you can do something like this as well. If you're wanting to run more of a healer Yao Yao, then you can do Dialogue of the Desert Sages. This is going to be her best healing weapon because it's going to give her a bunch of HP and a bunch of energy, which is phenomenal. This is also Chevy's best weapon, so I leave it on my Chevy. You also do have something like Rightful Reward, which is going to get up HP again. And then this one, when she is healed, she'll gain a little bit of energy versus Dialogue of the Desert Sages, where when she heals somebody else, she gets energy. And then, of course, you do always have something like Black Tassel, which is just going to be a pure HP stack stick. Or you do have Favonius Lance if you're finding out that you need more energy recharge, and then you can just go HP on all the artifacts to allow for her to use her burst and still heal a pretty good amount. And now I'm going to show my complete Yao Yao build, level 90 out of 90, of course, with almost 25,000 HP, and without buffs, 769 EM. Again, that is because I am missing an EM circlet on her, so it'll be easy to get 1,000. 19 over 62 with a 105 ER. I have enough energy going around my Bountiful Core team that it's not going to matter to have that low ER. For weapons, a level 90 R5 Dragon's Bane. And then, of course, we saw 4-piece instructor set, C6, and her talents are at 179. So that is going to be it for this video. I have green hair. So that's going to be it for this video. Cookie has green hair. I have blue hair, and I will see you in the next one.
Everyone